What's up guys, Amaj is back in the game, so welcome back to the Infectious madness of Doctor Dekker. We're in Act 2 now, Valentine's Day. So the first episode was the whole first act. I've recorded 3 hours for it, since I can't really pull this off time-wise. I thought about making one episode for each person, so let's see if it works out this way, or if we should like do 2 person per episode, or we will figure it out. But yeah, well, now let's first look at this clue, the elderly footage.
Nothing, of course. The faculty thinks I've gone loopy, like some kind of spongy Mobius strip. That's why I'm here, isn't it, Dr. Dekker? Him, God, the great old one. The elder god, Cthulhu, however you address him. Listen to me! You're not listening! It's your only bloody job! Well, let's call him God. He creates this world for his amusement, something he can play with and occasionally alter to suit his mood. God loves chaos, but something goes wrong. Man and woman evolve. What was once chaotic becomes, well, more ordered. Without chaos, he has less power. When there's too much order, he becomes impotent. So he needs to instill chaos again. And do you know how he does this? No. And yes, but you're being too granular. He needs chaos so he can return, and the only thing stopping him is you. Not just you. You and people like you. Psychiatrists, doctors, nurses, anyone who is caring for people who are losing their sanity. You have no comprehension how important your job is, do you? He doesn't need your version of insanity to spread. He needs chaos. It's not the same. It's just a means to an end. They're not all cultists, unfortunately. Once you see the truth, it's hard not to spread chaos yourself, to cause further insanity and harm your own. I doubt it. But can I make you question your reality? Definitely. But in doing so, I will be promoting more chaos. On the basis the central component of our universe is chaos, science can only document a perception of the chaos at any one given moment in time. As, by definition, chaos is unpredictable from one moment to the next. Which means that at any given moment, we can choose to alter our perception of the world, no matter how much chaos that would cause. In 10 seconds' time, there will be no gravity in this room, and we will float. 3, 2, 1. You think nothing happened. But where's your glass, Doctor?
What the hell was that? That was kind of weird. It was more than weird. Okay, so you found the key points. We did not even talk to them. But it said that when it goes green, you ask too much. So actually I think that's pretty weird. Let's start with Bryce. Alright, so hi Bryce.
There's something I want to tell you about. Something else that's wrong with me. I think I've been getting a bit out of control in my hour.
Okay. Out of control?
When I first got the hour, I was shocked, obviously. It took me a while to work out that everyone was frozen and only I could move. Because I live on my own. What would you do, Doctor, if you had an hour where everyone was frozen? Go to a fairground?
Wait, you live on your own?
I live on my own. Occasionally I visit my father. He's in sheltered housing. Dementia. When I first got the hour, I was shocked, obviously. It took me a while to work out that everyone was frozen and only I could move, because I live on my own. What would you do, Doctor, if you had an hour where everyone was frozen? Go to a fairground?
I would not go to... no. I would not go to a fairground. Oh, come on. Can't type today.
That was just an example, Doctor. I'm sure you can come up with more exciting things to do than that.
I would work.
No, sorry.
No? What am I supposed
When I
to
first got
write?
the
Really? I would have some fun.
I have no idea.
Perhaps I'd spy on people if I had an extra hour. How am I supposed to know that? Maybe I would spy on people.
Well, that makes me feel a little better. There's a young mother, divorced, who lives opposite me. Jessica. She's friendly and says hello to me, smiles. I've always wondered what she looks like naked. So 1 hour, I broke into her house. She was standing in her bedroom. I took it as a sign. I took off her clothes and...
And? You took off her clothes. I mean, we all thought about doing this at one point. Don't lie to me.
Not something I know.
No? Bryce asked what I would do if I had an extra. Maybe I should suggest things he might have done to gain his trust. I wonder if he's stolen anything or spied on anyone. Oh, that's interesting.
Well,
Lives opposite you. Hey.
sometimes I see a girl standing behind you. I don't know who it is. I don't know what you're asking me either.
Alright, this was one of the I don't know what you just typed responses.
Well,
why did you take off her clothes?
sorry, Doctor, I dozed off there.
You should sleep in your extra hour. You should. You should sleep in your extra hour.
Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Alright. Did you steal anything?
Yes, I would steal too. And I have stolen. I ran out of milk, so I thought I'd go to the local all-night shop and get some more. I was absolutely intending to pay, but when I got there, everyone was frozen. I thought about leaving money on the counter, but that seemed weird. The cashier would wake and suddenly this money would have appeared from nowhere. But I've stolen bigger things.
What did you steal? Bigger things?
From stealing milk, I moved on to petrol. From petrol, well, all those supermarkets have all kinds of electricals, so I've stolen quite a lot of that. I'm not proud. I think I've been doing it because I can, to prove to myself either way, my extra hour is actually real.
So let's go with Jessica.
I took photos of Jessica when she was naked. When
Really?
I stripped her.
Show me the
When
evidence.
she was naked and frozen. I didn't want to have to do it again, to strip her again. So I took pictures to remind myself what she looked like. That's wrong, isn't it, Doctor?
That is wrong. Yes, that is wrong.
I know. It's that bloody Doctor Dekker. He made me this way. It's all his fault.
It's all his fault. Why is it his fault? Let's talk about him.
I dug the grave for Dr. Dekker. I helped carry his coffin to the burial site. Do you know what? It didn't weigh enough to have a body in it. Why do you think that is?
Why is it Dr. Dekker's fault?
Like I said, I originally presented with depression, and everything was going well for a while. Then Dr. Dekker changed.
He changed?
He was easily distracted during sessions, like he wasn't listening. I'm pretty sure he wasn't listening half the time. I don't think he wanted to know about his patients anymore. But when he did give you advice...
I'm interested about his coffin still.
Not...
No body in the coffin.
Sometimes I see a girl.
Yeah, fuck you. That's what I try to ask all the time. So the coffin was empty.
No, the coffin wasn't empty. There was something in it. A decoy, I'd imagine.
You know, this is really ridiculous. I hate that you have to find the precise words.
No, the coffin wasn't...
A decoy?
I'm guessing he was buried somewhere else. Or cremated. Somebody, somewhere, didn't want his body going in the ground. Do you want to be cremated or buried, Doctor?
I want to be cremated. I want to be cremated.
That's a good choice, Doctor. Less work for me.
You see, I just think about you. You're important to me. You know that. What about his advice?
He told me to use my imagination, to make something up, to think something crazy, and it would become real. He told me to think of a way to get more time. So I did. But he pushed me. He made me think it.
Yeah, that's right. I had this in mind in the beginning, but I forgot about it. So what about Valentine's Day, huh?
I spent most of Valentine's Day at the art gallery. Well, the evening part, anyway. They had a display with the theme, Love Conquers All. I didn't get most of the paintings, but they were well done.
Alright. Wait, this was an actual answer? What do you see behind me?
I don't have anything.
What do you see behind me?
Possibly a relative of yours. Possibly a patient that died here. I'm not sure. She doesn't normally say anything.
Alright, we're done with him. That was quite quick. I'm really interested about Jasmine and Lacey. I don't really know how to pronounce that. But yeah, they are already Amber, so I guess... I don't know why though. I did not ask a thing. I will not do this for now. I will go with them, and after that maybe I will come to them. Let's see. So, hi Claire, what's up?
It's the anniversary of my parents' death today. I went to the lake house. I always go to the lake house anyway, but it's also where they died.
They died in the lake house? That's suspicious.
I stood for a while looking across the water. It's peaceful there. It's the place that makes me feel the most. There was a girl there by the lake, only about 9 or 10. She was fishing, if you can call it that, with one of those nets on a stick.
Tell me about the fishing girl.
I'm happy to discuss all of these things. Just
Fishing.
she lives on the other side of the lake. She must be new. I haven't seen her there before.
Alright, parents' death?
They died of carbon monoxide poisoning. I was staying at a friend's house. Otherwise, I would have died too.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I
Great.
stood for a while, looking across the water. It's peaceful there. It's the place that makes me feel the most. There was a girl there, by the lake.
About the girl?
I don't know why I talked to her. She looked sad. I don't usually talk to children, but she seemed different, special. I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't I, Doctor?
I'm not sure if you should talk to little girls. What did she say?
Sorry. I
So
don't know why I
generic.
talked to her.
Talk to the girl? Wait, yes, you are allowed.
Good. It felt nice. I felt like I was being nice. I felt human. So I can find her and talk to her again, Doctor.
Sure, you should. Yes, you should talk to her again.
Then I will. I'll look for her next time I'm there.
So, Dr. Dekker.
There's very little I'm not willing to talk about, Doctor. But I'm afraid I don't know anything about that.
Alright. Valentine's Day.
The day Dr. Dekker was killed, I had a session with him in the morning at my usual time, 11 o'clock. That was the last time I saw him.
So, the usual time, huh?
Are you bored? Do you want me to talk? The day Dr. Dekker was killed, I had a session with him in...
Session with Dr. Dekker.
Dr. Dekker made me an offer that I couldn't refuse. I'll be taking it to the grave with me, though. As did he.
Tell me about it.
I don't know anything about that. Dr. Dekker made...
Tell me about the offer.
Dr. Dekker was more animated that day. Excited, even. He talked a lot.
Oh, that's to follow up. I did not see that. Okay, why was the girl sad? Oh, shit. Why was the girl sad?
David had been hunting again, and, well, she's seen some of the skins he hung around the lake house.
He was hunting.
Animal skins. David hunts, then skins. It's horrible, really. He's not really good at either job, so the skins still have great lumps of bloody carcass hanging off them. I'm sure he'll get better with practice.
Where is David now? Since we know now that he's not dead. I thought he died. I thought she killed him and saw a ghost.
David wasn't there. Or at least I didn't see him. I didn't go inside. I forgot my key, and the spare was missing.
Hey, we're done with Claire already. That's pretty nice. We make some serious progress today. Elin! Oh, that's the crazy one. Hi, Elin.
I haven't had a great day, to be honest. Someone accused me of stealing from my patients, which I would never do.
No, you just
Hilda's
killed
getting
him.
worse.
Stealing.
I don't really have anything to tell you.
Who accused you?
Of course, it was Terry that accused me of stealing. One of the other nurses. She's actually trying to make out that I'm some kind of HSK.
What's an HSK?
Healthcare serial killer.
You are.
Like those nurses that kill loads of their patients. I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. Anyway, because a few of my patients have died on me, and some of those patients have given me gifts, Terry thinks it means that I've been killing them off.
Okay.
I haven't had a great day, to be honest.
What about Hilda?
Hilda's the one I mentioned in our last session. She's dying. I can tell. I need to see her before it's too late.
Alright, so you get gifts from your patient.
This? Well, it started with this. It's a locket. Alice, one of my patients, gave it to me before she died.
Okay. Elin accused of stealing, said it started with the locket. What else have patients given her? Tell me about the
I
locket.
think we've got a bit off track.
Okay. Gifts from patients, that's what I wanted to ask. Alright. Let's talk about Hilda then. Why do you need to see Hilda?
To help her finish her unfinished business. People who are dying always have things they wish they could do before they go. We leave a lot of loose ends in our lives. We're very messy that way.
We're so messy that way. Unfinished things.
I'm not sure about that.
Oh? Let's talk about Alice.
Alice was one of my favourites. She never held back, spoke her mind about everything. But she had a wicked sense of humour.
Okay, then let's talk about Doctor Dekker.
Yes, I had a session with Doctor Dekker on Valentine's Day. 3 o'clock, I think. Just a few hours later, I still can't get over it.
Because you weren't there and could help him. So let's talk about Valentine's Day.
Actually, I had a hot date. It wasn't anything serious, just some guy I know. But it was a nice date, different to what I'm used to.
Tell me about your date.
That's not really important.
So you had a nice date.
I don't know.
No?
It was very traditional, old-fashioned, you know. Dinner at a nice restaurant. Then we went for a little walk along the pier. Held hands, had a bit of a kiss. Then he called a cab and we went back to my place.
And then you fucked like rabbits, right? Alright, walk on the pier.
I feel like you're...
No? Why is this now something else? Unfinished bis... I asked this before.
Hilda wants to see her daughter. She's in Australia, so I'm going to have to use my talent.
I'm afraid to ask this. What talent?
I can change my skin. What I look like. I can turn into a patient's loved one. I just hold their hand and ask them to imagine that the person they want to see is sitting right here next to them, and I become them. It's how I help them move on. That's how I comfort them.
Well, she knows how to mix some kind of drugs, so... You're freaking me out.
I don't know how it works.
Oh.
I don't know how it works. I just know that it does.
Alright, that was everything. So you hold their hand.
It only lasts for as long as I'm holding their hand. I think it needs that connection.
She's freaking me out so much. So what about the gifts? I want to ask her about gifts. That's a really good question. What time did your date end?
I'm not sure what time Max left. We fooled around for a bit at my place, so early hours of the morning.
How early? No? Alright. What else have her patients give her? Yeah, that's what I want to know. What else have your patients given to you?
I have a few other things. A watch, a ring. One patient gave me a little china bird. They're not valuable, just trinkets, really.
I'm really annoyed about the fact that you really have to put the exact word in there, and sometimes I just can't figure out what word it is. So,
I have a few.
about the watch.
Strictly speaking, all of the patient's belongings should be passed on to family members after they die. But Alice's son never visited. He didn't care about his mum. Why would he care about some worthless piece of jewellery? It just doesn't feel right to me. What do you think, Doctor? Am I wrong to keep the locket?
Alice's son. Achievement unlocked. Committed. Alright. Yes, it is wrong that you keep it.
Really? I don't see the harm. Alice wanted me to have it. You and Terry and all the other nurses just don't understand.
We don't understand. You know, I asked how does it help? How does it comfort them?
I only shift at work to help my patients. I don't have any interest in using it as a party trick or to deceive anyone.
I want to see it. Hey, we're done with her. Alright. Cool, we're making serious progress right now. Hi, Marianna.
I haven't been back to the beach since our last session, and no blackouts. New doctor and new hope. You're much better behaved than Dr. Dekker.
What do you mean, better behaved?
Dr. Dekker dated his patients. That's not good behavior, is it?
Well, I fully understand him. Did he date you?
Clueless.
Did you go on a date with him?
No idea.
Date with Dr. Dekker?
We went out for drinks. Didn't you know? He said it was a breach of something or the other, but I can be pretty persuasive when I want to be.
Also, she wanted to go out with him.
Shh.
I thought Marianna said she didn't drink. Yep, that's a good point. Persuasive.
I know, it's pretty hard to believe, isn't it? I feel pretty ugly. But I think I have a nice smile.
So, you said you don't drink. Oh. You said you don't drink. Now.
I guess it was a couple of days before Valentine's Day. It wasn't a date or anything. I noticed in our sessions that he'd been acting a little strange. He just didn't seem right. I wanted to find out what was wrong.
You said you don't drink alcohol. Did Dr. Dekker date other patients?
I think her name was Scarlett? One of his patients, an older woman. I guess that's how he liked them.
You're not that old. Tell me about Scarlett.
It's Scarlett with 2 T's. Pretentious.
Are you jealous?
No idea. Is that a down?
Nope. Are you jealous?
Sorry, no. I think your button's undone.
Where do you look at, huh? What are you looking at?
I know, it's pretty.
Why do you think you're ugly?
Lots of people find me attractive, but I've seen something truly beautiful. Makes me feel dull by comparison.
What did you see?
I have a recurring dream where I find something beautiful in the sea. But I don't know you that well yet, Doctor. Let's wait a while before I tell you my most intimate secrets.
Sorry to cut in, Doctor. I've just had a phone call from a solicitor. Ben's trying to sue us for nervous shock. Should I go and see him to talk it out, or should I find a solicitor to represent us? Sorry to be pushy, I just think we should act quickly before it's too late. Okay, well, just let me know.
Mind games. What the hell happened? I don't know what we should do about him. We're not done with her though.
I have a recurring dream.
Come on, tell me about your fucking dream.
Wouldn't you like to know? Is our session up now?
Really? Nope, it's not.
We went out for drinks, didn't you? Yeah, drinks. I think Dr. Dekker ordered neat whiskey. I had water. I don't drink.
Alright. That explains that. I want to know about the beach.
I haven't been back to the beach since our last session. I've kind of missed it.
Alright. How about dancing?
I've danced around in my living room, but no clubs since last time. I like dancing around in my underwear. Sometimes less.
Well, feel free to do whatever you want during our sessions. So, what about Valentine's Day, huh?
I didn't have anything to do on Valentine's Day. I washed my hair and I walked along the beach for the whole night. It's actually true.
Alright, that's it with her. Nathan. Hi Nathan, how about the loop
Hello
day?
again, Doctor. I had a bit of a shaky loop incident, but let's not talk about it. Yesterday, I set fire to Hannah's clothes in the garden. I just wanted the day to move forward. I instantly regretted it. And lo and behold, here we are, a new day. Hannah's clothes are a pile of ashes.
Wait a little bit. Loop day. Alright. Hannah's clothes.
I've kept almost all of her stuff as she left it. It's just the clothes. I decided to burn those yesterday, so here I am. Hannah loved clothes. Every season, she'd donate her entire wardrobe to some charity or another, and only buy stuff she loved. I was left with winter. I don't even know what her favourite season was. Does it matter? What's your favourite season, Doctor?
My favorite season is actually, I don't know, spring or autumn. Why? Not too hot, not too cold. Perfect. Well, let's go with autumn. My favorite season is autumn.
I thought you'd be an autumn person. That means you're supposed to be grounded and productive. And you like your space.
I like my space.
Should I know something about that?
No, you shouldn't. Dr. Dekker, let's talk about
Dr.
him.
Dekker felt that Hannah was holding me back. The memories of Hannah. In his opinion, I was holding on to the past. So I guess he cursed me, if that's even a thing.
He cursed you?
Yes, Dr. Dekker cursed me. I don't really want to talk about it, but let's just say I blame him for the way I am. Can you give me some advice, Doctor?
Don't blame him.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Curses aren't real.
Can't help you.
Alright. Well then, let's go with Valentine's Day.
I was at Henley Church on Valentine's Day, visiting Hannah's grave. It was the anniversary of her death. Her parents wanted a huge funeral with all the trimmings. Hannah would never have come for it. It does give me somewhere to visit. I got to write the epitaph. I don't know.
Alright, Hannah's death day.
Sorry.
No? Hannah's grave?
I was at Henley Church.
Henley Church.
I left Henley Church about 11 o'clock on Valentine's Day. I was talking to an archaeologist who said they'd uncovered some fossils resembling a strange cephalopod-like creature. Strange place to find an octopus, really. What? Do you think I've got something to do with Dr. Dekker's murder? Maybe you should ask your assistant who Dekker saw that day.
We know that already. An octopus. That's actually interesting. Marianna has one around her neck.
Sorry. No.
Oh?
I was at Henley Church on Valentine's
I love
Day,
this game so much, but this
visiting Hannah's grave.
getting stuck because
The
of
anniversary of her
this
death.
is really annoying. I think you have something to do with the murder.
It was a missed call. It was Valentine's Day, so I wasn't in the mood for conversation.
Missed call? Not in the mood.
I meant I wasn't in the mood to talk to Dr. Dekker.
Yeah, I know that. I want to know why.
Sorry.
Hannah's epitaph. I asked that. Or did I misspell it? I misspelled
We
it.
walk alone without our angel. I'm not religious, but when I wrote Hannah's epitaph, I knew her parents would want some acknowledgement of the great bearded one. But she was an angel to me. She was an angel to everyone. We walk alone.
We walk alone.
I've been alone since Hannah. I can't imagine anyone ever replacing her. Not that I've looked. Do you think I should look for someone else?
Yes, you should move on. I mean, it's so hard to say this to someone who lost a person, but maybe if he would not be alone all the time, he would feel better.
That's not really...
Yes, you should look for someone else. Yeah, I see you.
Okay, fine. I'll try. I'm not really sure what I'm looking for, though. Just sign up to Tinder and start swiping. Maybe
No
it's just
Tinder.
company I'm missing. Although I don't really want any.
What advice do you need?
I've been trying to think how I can get past today. I've come up with a couple of choices. I could set fire to Hannah's photographs. I've got them in Dropbox anyway. But setting fire to the clothes did the trick. Or setting fire to a rocking chair. She sounds like an old lady, but she loved that rocking chair, which I've not sat in since. Which one do you think's best?
Photographs.
Photographs it is then. I'll let you know how it goes.
Great. Hey, we're done with him. So, I don't know about those two. I will leave them for now. Oh wait, let's talk to them at least quickly. Hi, Lacey.
I'm Lacey Hendricks. So you don't know about me then?
I know everything about you.
Where to start? My next door neighbour in Jobson Hill, where I live, she was murdered. 80, and they diversion burgled her. But she was wise to it and started calling the police. They slit her throat with a bread knife. So I started a neighbourhood watch.
I don't know if I should talk too much to them.
I'm Jasmine. I don't come in that often. What happened to Dr. Dekker?
Well, he died.
Nope.
Dr. Dekker is dead.
Oh. When? How? Sorry, you probably don't know, do you?
Valentine's Day.
We had a display in the gallery based on Love Conquers All, so I had to work. Mainly it was a collection of giant hearts sat on things, but I ran into another patient, Bryce. I'd never really spoken with him before, but he's quite an art critic. I couldn't get rid of him until I finished work at 11. There's actually another guy who takes over on the night shift. I'm not sure if he kept talking to Bryce though. Providence is open 24 hours.
Alright. Yeah, what is with you about Valentine's Day, huh?
I was at Henley Church. They had a service that ran right up till midnight. For us less fortunates without a love in their life. Well, now. Do you have someone, Doctor? Do you have a love in your life?
Yes, I have love in my life.
Keep him safe. You never know who's going to come knocking on your door.
Keep him safe. She's freaking me out. Alright, since it said green is not good, so I will stop this now. So, hi, Jaya.
Hey you! Thanks for helping me with this grief thing. I'm not sure I have it though.
What about Ben?
So, should I get a solicitor or shall we try and talk it out with him?
Let's talk it out with him. He can't.
Good choice. I'll go and see Ben to see if I can get him to call off the dogs. I have no idea what's gotten into him. Perhaps it's his mum.
He can't sue us for this. Ben's mom?
She was cuddling him like he was 6. He's 25.
Well.
Hey you!
Grief.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't really know where to start. I feel a bit numb. Maybe we should just talk about him. It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be. His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you've fitted in. I mainly miss our chats. He used to work late with me and tell me things about the patients, things that I probably shouldn't have heard, but did. What do you think of the patients? Nah, perhaps you shouldn't say. You can ask me. Go on, I'll tell you what I think.
That's nice. Tell me about Bryce.
I think Bryce has a lot of misdirected anger. I don't think I like him that much. You know, sometimes when things overrun, he's outside waiting for you, and he stares at me as if he's undressing me with his eyes. You know, he's not the first person that's done that, but still, you know, it feels worse coming from him.
I think so. Let's talk about the two we don't know yet.
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
What? Jasmine?
I don't know any. Claire seems to be shaken by something. You know, I offer her drinks every time she comes in, but she always refuses them. It's as if she just wants to come in, get her session over with, and then run off to do something else. It's a bit rude, isn't it?
Just a little bit, but if she doesn't want to drink anything, it's fine. So, Elin.
Elin seems like a lovely person.
I'm not sure.
I'm not really sure why she's here.
Because she's fucking crazy. She's crazy, believe me.
Marianna is a special girl. You know, there's something about her that just makes you want to follow her. Maybe that's what a trendsetter looks like.
You think so? What about Nathan?
Oh, I just want to cuddle Nathan all up. He's such a mess. He's always in the same clothes. You know, he barely talks to me though. It's the same hello every time. He reminds me of Tom.
Who's Tom again?
Tom was a quiet mess, like Nathan. Youngish, in his early 20s. He taught piano, but he did have a strange hobby.
Tom's hobby.
Tom liked to base jump. That's basically falling from a huge building or mountain and pulling your parachute before you hit the ground. He started to think he could fly. Dr. Dekker tried to talk him out of it, but Tom had to prove his point. So one day, Tom decided to base jump without a parachute.
You can do that, but just once.
Can you guess what happened?
Well, he smashed into the ground. I'm pretty sure about this. Well, Tom died.
He did die. He was hit by a rock from further up the mountain. He never got to fly. Nathan thinks he knows what his problem is too, but if he's not careful, he'll get hit by that rock. I wish I'd said goodbye.
You can't say goodbye to Nathan, though. What are you doing?
I wish I'd said goodbye to Dr. Dekker. It was so sudden. You know, here, then gone. He resigned anyway, but that's not the same, is it?
Not really. But he wanted to resign.
Dr. Dekker resigned shortly before his murder. You know, it's sad. But doctors come and go and only poor Jaya remains. I've got his resignation letter somewhere. You know, I do all the hiring and firing around
Evidence
here.
edit.
Well, Professor Alderby and the Trust technically do that.
The
I
Trust?
think you might be barking up the wrong tree there.
She has glasses all of a sudden. It's confidence.
It's very interesting that you asked me that. It's not...
Right, why did you work late?
We'd worked late together on all sorts of things. He was preoccupied with finding patterns in patients, trying to find some kind of order.
About the patterns.
Mainly he was searching for a common experience the patients might have had. That's what led them to his office. He'd study everything, even the referral letters.
Achievement unlocked, Registrar. You know what, we should check the evidence. To whom it may concern, please accept this letter as notice of my intention to resign from my position. That's it. Alright. Referral letters.
Yes, letters, parking tickets, holiday destinations. You know, I find those referral letters... He was sure there was a pattern in them.
Yeah, right, we wanted to ask that. Who had a session on Valentine's Day? Oh, Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's Day, Dr. Dekker had a session with Claire Castleford at 11 and that nurse, Elin, at 3. Everyone else cancelled. You should see this place Christmas Eve. I was at home though, so I don't actually know who came in. Dr. Dekker did phone and ask me for Nathan's number, which is a bit strange.
Now we know that. Alright. Dr. Dekker asked for Nathan's telephone number. Yeah. And he called him, but Nathan did not pick up.
David Hunt,
I can change my skin.
then skins.
Dr. Dekker dated his patients.
I had a hot date
We went out for drinks.
I took photos of Jessica.
Dr. Dekker did
on
phone
Valentine's Day.
and ask me for Nathan's number.
There was a girl there.
Am I wrong to keep the locket?
I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't I?
He was preoccupied with finding
Photographs.
patterns.
Rocking chair.
I haven't been back to the beach since,
I had a bit of a shaky loop incident.
where I find something
I set fire
beautiful in the sea.
to Hannah's clothes in the garden.
I dug the grave.
I wish I'd said goodbye.
Dr. Dekker cursed me.
It didn't weigh enough to have a body in it.
Oh, Doctor, you surprised me. It reminds me of Officer Yates. Did I ever mention I had a special friend in the police force? Nah, it's not something you drop politely into a conversation. He's been doing some digging and he's found a couple things. There's a crime scene report that goes into all the gory details and another report that's about a patient you're seeing today, Claire. I'll put them both on the desk for you. And thanks for the grief counselling, by the way. It's really been helping, you know, I'm so glad you're here.
I'm so glad you're here. Act 3 is by. Cool. So this is only an hour and 10 long now. So I planned to do this episode, to end this episode a long time ago, but that's perfectly fine. So I'm really perfectly fine with that, to be honest. Still the same people. Huh. Well. Alright, and so the last time when I clicked on this, the game like crashed, so I could not do anything anymore. The screen went black and yeah, I had to replay some of this because I can't save manually and obviously it did not save properly, so yeah. I really hope that the developers will fix that. It's not that much of a problem, but it was slightly annoying to have to replay some of the conversations. Took me 10 minutes or so. But yeah, that means actually this was the whole Act 2. I will end this episode right here. I really hope that you liked it. If you did, hit the like button down below, leave me a comment, and then I will see you again in the next episode of The Infectious Madness of Dr. Dekker.
Dr. Dekker was murdered.
Dr. Dekker thought one of his patients was trying to kill him.
I'd heard Dr. Dekker was stabbed, but I didn't know for sure.
Do you think I'm a suspect, Doctor?
All Dr. Dekker did was encourage me to think.
Do you think I killed my parents? Why? Because I stabbed my husband,